Hello, everyone. I am Randy employment lawyer, and I'm here with a very special guest today who is a former client of mine. I'm wondering if you would like to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Reddy, for invitation and warm wording. Yes, indeed, we work together, and Randy and his company, law firm, helped me a lot to resolve, not to resolve, I would say to conclude my long-term 19 years term with my company. And it was a real pleasure to work with Randy and his firm because it was seamless. Especially now, it's getting even completely seamless because everything in electronic format, and everyone can reach out to Randy and ask him to evaluate first the case prior to sign any papers and start the process.
I really appreciate that. So, just going back in time a bit, how did you first find my law firm?
Uh, Good question. It was kind of a suggestion, advice from my former colleague, who also was a client of your firm, and he was very satisfied. And when I faced this similar situation, I asked him, and he advised you, and we went from then. It was even pre-COVID or beginning of the COVID times at that moment, and later on, my wife also was a successful client with Randy, and we have two different use cases in the family, and I can cover a bit more details if you want later.
Of course. So, why don't you tell me about your overall experience as a client of my firm? What did you like? What were some things that maybe we could improve?
Uh, I really like a lot of things. First of all, as I said before, prior signing any papers, you and your company evaluates the case. And if the only your company see real opportunity to be a liaison between the employer and the client, you starting to work. This is very important upfront because so it's not wasting time. It's a very fair evaluation of the case up front. Secondly, as I said, I like communication style. It's short, concise, up to up to up to date, and you inform your clients with the progress or obstacles immediately. Also, I think in the critical situation or critical, I would say, turns, critical ingestion points, it's always a possibility to talk to you, discuss different options interactively, which sometimes is very important because typically I believe your clients are not professional lawyers, obviously. So, overall, as I said, it's very, very positive experience. I don't want even to suggest anything to improve. I personally didn't see I didn't have any compliances. It was a seamless, perfect work. In my case, it was definitely longer than usual because COVID started when we started the process, and it took longer time, of course, but it's kind of COVID is a disaster, was a disaster. But for my wife, it definitely was much faster, exactly in the time frame Randy kind of estimated prior starting the case.
And that's a good segue. I know that your wife is not here today, but would you be interested in speaking about your wife's case just at a top level?
Yes, thank you. So again, to me, there are two different use cases in my family. My case, I used to work 19 years with the same company, but it was not the end of my career. At the beginning, I knew that I'm going to get some certifications to put hands-on a bit different angle. I'm working for IT, I'm architect, a software solution enterprise, whatever architect. And it was one case. In my wife, she worked for the company 28 years, and she decided that enough is enough, and it was the very last kind of job she decided, and that's why Randy and his firm helped us, specifically for my wife, establish kind of good relations with Randy and get the deal done, which was very kind of very a good deal for my wife. She was very happy with the output. And again, as I said, everything was estimated and delivered by Randy and his firm on time and as expected.
I appreciate that. No, I appreciate the recommendation and your positive comments. Uh, I guess my last question to you is, what are you doing now, and what's happened since we worked together?
Yes. Thank you again. Thank you again. So, as I said, under umbrella of the package I received with your help, I got luxury time to switch back and completely switch to artificial intelligence realm and field. I have PhD in applied math, and I kind of decided to to kind of turn back completely to I used to work in academia, back to kind of AI and ML domain. And currently, I'm doing consulting in that area for Gen AI and agentic AI and different use cases, doing workflow for some workflows for my clients, doing kind of model trainings as per specific selection based on the use cases, etc. So I'm kind of hands-on with AI domain and consulting my clients with in this area. And specifically, it might be interesting for you. It's not kind of just my thinking. I read a lot about this. Currently, a lot of big companies like Amazon, Google, or ChatGPT, whatever, they officially announced, for example, Google officially announced in April that 25% of the code already generated by their model Gemini and other companies like Microsoft officials said that it in 5 years 95% of the code will be generated by AI. I think it's probably exaggeration, but the wave is here. I can give you one concrete example. This year, I am generating, when I need to train my models, I'm generating code myself, obviously evaluating and doing some security, compliance, validations, etc. But it's times faster now, my production overall, than, say, mid of last year ago. So, point is here that in my mind, a lot of kind of it's my prediction. It might be many more clients in your company because many engineers may be kind of squeezed from the company by AI. It's a process. It's not probably 100% there, but I mean society, from psychological point of view, we need to expect this wave and think how we're going to react for a huge number of people, educated people who spent years and years at universities and colleges, now facing this very not good situation, and they probably need to switch their career somehow. And that's why it's my mind. It might be very helpful for them to get your support and get better umbrella in order to have this luxury time to align the career path with the current realities on the market.
I
And
appreciate that.
And just to finish, I want to say probably one point. To me, it's very important to me. In any case, your company, your firm, working with the employer and a client like me, for example, it's not kind of animosity. It's not like fighting. It's like bridge liaison, as I said, because this is kind of people like me, my wife, we used to work for so many years for the companies. Companies typically generous, but definitely they're trying to save money. That's why what you and your firm doing. It's fair kind of conclusion of the many years or many years in professional life, and this is very valuable and it's very fair to me. It's not a fighting with the company; it's actually a business.
I appreciate that. That's those are powerful words, and I really appreciate your time today in giving this video testimony. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure for me to represent you and your wife, and I wish you the best of luck with this new career path. It sounds like you're doing a lot of very important work. And again, thank you for your time.
Randy, thank you very much for invitation again, and have a great day. I really appreciate for your time.
You as well.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.